No one has ever done a body kit on one of these, until now. Yeah, that's something for later on, because right now I need to restore the body. So in today's video I'm going to go from this to this, and also from this to this, and a lot more. Oh yeah, I already did the front in the last video, so you might check that out. So let's show you the current condition from this scooter. This scooter has been sitting outside for years. The rust and the previous owner completely damaged the body. But in today's video we will change that. Anyways, let's start with the front footboard. This part suffered a lot from the rust. There are a lot of rust holes, and just like closing them with some tin brings nothing. I need to make a complete new footboard. So first step, I'm drawing a line to know where I need to cut. After knowing what part I want to keep and not, I'm taking the metal scissors to cut out the footboard. In a curve it's more difficult to cut with the scissors, so I just took the grinder to cut out more easily the footboard. So now that I have my blueprint for the footboard, I can start making the new one. So the first step is to draw the new footboard on the new metal plate. After this I'm just cutting off a basic shape from the footboard, and later on I will cut out more properly the curves and the angles from the footboard. So now that I have an almost matching shape to the footboard, I need to make some readjustments so it's fitting perfectly. I kinda bend the parts on the process, so I need to readjust them so they are ready to be welded. Alright, so now that the two parts are finished, let's weld them together. But to be able to do that, I will need to clean the surface. So let's do that real quick. The new footboard was pretty easy to clean with the grinder, but it wasn't the same with the old one I'm going to weld to the new one. So I needed to use a power brush. With all this done, I can now weld on the two parts together and hope that I will get a flat and smooth surface. But you will see it wasn't like I expected. So the weldings are now finished, and yeah, I can see it's looking way cleaner that the welds are done in the last episode. So now let's grind away the weldings and see how it's looking. At first I thought this will be the last step, but it wasn't. You can see that after grinding away the welds, it's looking way more cleaner. I'm going to do the rest of the floorboard and see you right back when I'm finished. So I just noticed that we have a problem. I finished to grind away the welding and that looks pretty clean, but we have a problem. We got some thermal deformation. What that means is that the part is never straight. It bends itself into the two directions, and that's due to the heat from the weldings. So let's try to fix it by making a heating point, and yeah, hope that it will fix the problem. So yeah, that didn't work, and I also got mad at the part. And after all this, it was still there. Alright, so right now I'm going to keep the footboard like this. I'm not going to change anything, and I'm going to wait until we install every part to see how it's looking. So the next part we are going to move on is the rear hood, how you can see all this rear body part. Let's clean it up real quick because yeah, it's pretty dirty. Alright, now it's looking better. I had to cut them off because the previous owner destroyed the nuts, so I had no other choice. It was also hard to access them due to the curves from the body. Alright, so it's kind of damaged right here. I don't know if you can see the light coming through. So there is a little crack like right here in the body. And like the previous owner, instead of like welding it and like, fix it properly, he like decided to like, completely destroy the side of the body with like drilling holes and installing a damn metal plate. I'm gonna take the last screws right here out. Also on the other side, I think, there are some screws. And I'm cleaning up the surface right here to see clearly where the other cracks are hide. We are pretty lucky. It's alright. I just need to clean a bit more the surface, and then I can already weld on the part, and then it's already fixed. But I'm gonna wait to like fix the other part before starting to weld. Right here you can see it's also a little damaged, but I mean with a little welding it will be alright. Now let's move on to the filler right here. So I hope I will be able to remove it because it's pretty annoying and I don't know right now how bad the damages are. So let's remove this first. I didn't thought at the first place that it will be that hard to remove the filler. But yeah, seems like it was here for a long time. So I think I might keep the weldings and just try to fix the band, make through the weldings because the previous owner didn't know how to weld. But anyways, the filler is now removed and it's like damaged, but it's not as bad as I thought. Like I think it's pretty easy to fix. It just like needs to be bent in the other direction and then it will be alright. So I see there are a lot of little cracks inside the footboard right here. So okay, so first step will be trying to like fix the band from the footboard right here. Alright, so it's already looking cleaner. I almost thought I will need to make the part again, but right now it's like alright. Oh, I didn't saw that. There's like a hole right here. Anyways, let's grind away the weldings and see how it's looking when the weldings are grinded away. And I'm already going to cut out a bit of this part right here because it's not like fitting and holds like nothing. So I first started grinding away the old weldings so I can see the damages. I was not able to access this corner with my sanding disc, so I had to use my grinding disc to like grind away the weldings. Okay. Yeah, how you can see it's looking way cleaner now. I'm going to try to like bend the metal right here a bit straighter on the line from the footboard. Anyways, this is going to be welded again and I'm trying to like make it look good even if I'm not like making a new part. So now let's move on to this part right here. So you see it's a bit too much, so I'm going to cut out a bit of this part, like make it on the same level as the rest of the footboard. I had to cut off the old weldings on this corner because the damages on the footboard overlapped each other. And I wasn't able to like bend the part straight or grind the weldings away because they were overlapping. Alright, the footboard is now perfectly on the same level, how you can see. I still need to grind a bit this welding away and then it will be ready to weld. The next part we are going to move on is this one right here. I'm gonna try to clean it up and bend it in the right direction. So I first tried with the metal brush, but it didn't work. So I think I might need to bend the part first before I can like clean the part up. So let's bend the part. So yeah, how I said it was not possible to access the corner. I had to bend the part first and then I was able to like clean it up. At least that's what I hope. Alright, so I might be able to weld the parts in this condition. So yeah, I made it to bend the part. So now the last step before welding was to clean up the surface. So I finished the weldings, you can see. I weld every part and yeah. I'm going to grind away the weldings and show you the result after. So let's see you right back when I'm finished grinding away the weldings. I just noticed I grinded away a bit too much right here of the welds. I can see, wait, there's almost right here a new crack. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I completely damaged the welds I done. What I'm going to do is like, I think I'm going to like weld again. But anyways, the welds right here are pretty clean. Right here you can see it, it's looking pretty clean. Like we don't see anymore the holes that the previous owner did to this rear body. And the pretty hard part is going to be right here because I still don't know how I'm going to like, yeah, grind away right here the welds so it's looking clean like. But anyways, I mean the part is now holding. That's a good news. Alright, so let's fix that and yeah, see you right back when I'm finished by fixing that and I'm going to show you the result. So you can see it's looking way cleaner now. We can't even see where the holes was, so that's great. Also right here I can see it's looking pretty clean. So I did a good job on these two parts. So now will be to like fix the band right here. I can see it's pretty damaged, probably hit something where you scratched the wall or something like that. And then also fix the bands right here because yeah, like it's supposed to be like round. And so yeah, let's fix this band and fix this band also. And yeah, I really don't know what got through the mind of the previous owner, but yeah, he completely damaged the rear body by trying to fix it. I had to fix all the messes he done. I mean, it's not a loss if I'm learning something out of it, right? Alright, so I can see, yeah, there's no more bands, but now it's like, yeah, damage right here. So I'm going to weld this on right here. And also, yeah, I can see, yeah, pretty damaged this side. So I'm going to make some new welding points on this side and yeah, grind it away so it's looking clean. And also here. On the way, I'm going to do this part right here because, yeah, I can see it's pretty damaged. So I'm going to make some welding points also right here and yeah. And I might found a solution for this part right here, like the corners where I can't like get in with my tools to like grind away the weldings. I might have an idea how to fix that side. But now let's first do the weldings and yeah. So I can see now the welds are done. There are no more holes due to the heat or me like fixing the parts. So now let's grind away the welds and see how it's looking. You can already see that the part is looking way clean. But let's see after grinding away the weldings. Every time I fix something, there's a new damage or hole coming. So what I'm going to do now is pretty easy. I'm going to fix this hole, also the one right here. But first, I'm gonna try now to like, yeah, grind away the welds we couldn't like access with the tools. So I'm going to try to grind away the welds with this tool. It's like grinding bits, but they are not made like for metal. They are more like made for plastic or wood or something like this. Gonna see that's grinding away the weldings or not. I'm not pretty sure, but yeah, let's just try it and see if it works or not. So, I first tried grinding away the walls with the grinding bits, but yeah, it did nothing. But yeah, I expected this. So I took the decision to completely grind away the reliefs from the footboard to make a new one. It was my only choice to be able to grind away the weldings. So, after grinding away the release from the footboard and finally be able to remove the weldings at the back, I had now to add some tin to make the new shape of the relief. The last step was to grind the tin into a smooth and similar shape as the other side. Alright, I think we are finished with this little part. I'm impressed how similar that looking to the other side. It's pretty crazy. I almost thought I couldn't make this design again, and I will need to grind away everything and just make a flat footboard. But I can see it's pretty clean. I could make it look better, but I will stop right here because I'm scared about damaging everything, and I needed to make everything again, and that's I don't want to do this. So now I'm going to grind away real quick this part right here, just a little bit, and then what we're going to do is I can see it's not pretty straight everywhere, and I'm going to bend this part so it's looking flat again, and so let's first grind this away and then fix the bend from the footboard. You're looking at the bodywork phase, but if you want to see me build the body kit, subscribe, it will be in the next video, and also like and leave a comment if you have some tips for me. So how you just saw, this part is not fixed. It just break off. But I put on to fix it. It just break off. And right here's a new crack. I don't know if you can see it, but right here's a new crack. So now I have no other choice than welding here again, making some welding points, and here weld this crack again. So it's not so bad, but it's kinda annoying. So what we're gonna do before welding all these parts is right here I can see it's a little bend, so we're going to fix this bend, and then so I don't see any other bend, so it's going to be this one that we're going to fix before welding these two cracks right here. Yeah, that was a pretty fast and easy fix. Yeah, that's great. I can see there's no more bend, and it's looking pretty clean. Alright, that's great. So now let's move on to the weldings on the other side, on this footboard. Alright, that's the welds. So now the next step will be to grind away the weldings and see if it's matching the rest of the footboard or not. But let's do this real quick. Alright, so now the weldings are grinded away. So we are finally done with the side. It's finally finished. Alright, so now that this side is finished, we are going to move on to the other side. So on this side is also a big work. I can see there are filler right here that we need to remove, and I hope it's not so damaged back there. Then we have some weldings that we need to grind away and try to make them look better. The part is a little bit bent right here, but that's not a big deal. I'm pretty lucky there's nothing right here because this part is pretty annoying to fix. And the grill right here, I can see it's cracked and damaged. We'll need to fix that. Remove the metal plate that the previous owner installed, and we are also going to close this air intake hole, because here was the air intake for the engine. Here's to cool down the engine, and here's the air intake from the carburetor. So we are going to close up all this part, because you're going to see in the next video what's going to happen to this air intake. It's going to be on another place of this rear body, but you're going to see in the next video. So now let's fix this side of the rear body. So we are going to start with the easy things. We are going to remove the filler right here and grind away the weldings and see how it's looking. Okay, I can see there's a crack right here, wait. Right here's a crack, so that's going to be welded, but that's easy to fix. I don't know why there's this hole inside the rear body, I really don't know. I'm going to look after removing the rest of the filler in the book of this bike, what's made for, or what it's supposed to do. So I just looked in the book, there's nothing in the book about this part. I'm probably going to close this hole right here, and this one will need to be made again. Anyways, let's grind away the weldings from this footboard and see how it's looking. So I grinded the weldings, and I can see it's not looking pretty good right now. So I'm going to like try to remove the bands and see how it's looking. If it's still looking as bad as now, or if it's looking better, and if you can keep these weldings or need to make the whole part new. So let's do this. I hope that fixing the band will be enough, because I really don't want to make a new part on this side, and knowing the work that's waiting on me at the front. I can see it's looking way better now. It's more like a straight line now. I'll try again to like grind away a bit the weldings and see if that's better. And also right here, I can see it's more like a straight line now. And you see the weldings are coming off a bit. So let's try to grind these weldings away. I will probably weld this part again because yeah, the weldings are not pretty good. So let's try to grind this away again and see if it's clean or not. Now it's looking way cleaner. Now I just need to weld together the parts and grind away the weldings, and we will not see the difference or where the old weldings were. Also here is a little hole, but that's not a big deal. I just need to make some welding points and it's alright. So yeah, that's great. But before starting to weld, we are going to look up to this part right here. I don't know what the previous owner did, but we will see it. So let's remove this part and see how it's looking behind. So right here is actually a pretty easy fix. I just need to weld these two parts here together. And also right here and here I need to make a new little part, and it's done. Like, yeah, pretty easy to fix this. So let's do that real quick. So I just made a new part. I can see right here. It's fitting perfectly. Wait, let me show you. Right here, I don't know if you can see it clearly, but yeah. It's fitting perfectly inside. Before welding this little part on, I'm going to first weld the footboard on the rear body and then weld this little part right here. And then I will weld the little new part I made for this side. Then we will also weld all this right here because yeah, there's the crack inside. I will weld that crack and also this part. So let's do this. I can't understand why he fixed that with a big metal piece and some ugly screws. It wasn't even that bad. But anyways, now it's in the right hands. I can see I just finished the welding and it's looking pretty clean. Also right here I can see there's no more crack. You can see the crack, and when you look inside you can also see that's pretty clean. So now what I'm going to do is weld this part right here. I can see the footboard we just fixed before. So let's weld the footboard and let's see you right back when I'm finished with welding the footboard. So waiting that this weldings cool down, I'm going to make the part right here. So what we need to do is just close the hose that's right here for the air intake from the engine. We are just going to close it easily, and yeah, let's do this. In the last videos, we restored the engine. And I'm going to change the basic air intake for a performance one. For this, I need to change the location from the air intake. So I'm closing up the old hole from the stock air intake to make a new one on another place. But that's something for another video. But now, let's just hope that I will get a smooth and clean surface by closing up this hole. So that's the new part for the air intake. Now you can see it's fitted perfectly. There are just some little adjustment that I'm going to do after making some welding points on these two sides. And I'm going to shape it on the right shape. Alright, so now the weldings are cold. So let's grind away the weldings and see how the footboard is looking. I can see the footboard looks pretty clean, but yeah, I made some new holes in the side right here. So I'm gonna need to make some welding points and fix these two holes, but that's nothing big. But I can see the footboard looks pretty clean. So yeah, it's pretty flat and yeah, it's great. I'm gonna need to fix some little bends right here and right there, but it's alright. Yeah, it's pretty clean. I'm pretty happy with the result. Alright, so let's fix real quick these two holes and fix the bends right here and then move on to closing the air intake. Alright, so I can see I just finished the footboard. I can see it's looking pretty clean. I fixed the problem right here. I fixed the little holes right here. Here I made something so it's more flat. And yeah, now it's looking pretty clean, I can see. Alright, so now that the footboard right here is finished, let's just grind away the little weldings right here and right there. And then we will finally move on to weld this part right here. Alright, yeah. Now let's weld on the part right here. So how you can see, I just finished the weldings and it's looking pretty clean. Yeah, it's pretty much following the line from the body. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this result. So I'm going to let this cool down and then grind away the weldings. What I'm going to do right now is fix the bends right here. I can see. You see, due to the screws he put inside right here, there are some bends. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix the bends and then make some little welding points to close the holes. Yeah, how I said it before, the previous owner completely messed up on that part. He completely damaged it. So how you can see, I just finished this part. I can see there are no more holes and yeah, it's a smooth and clean surface. I also welded a bit right here and right here. But yeah, now it's pretty clean. And now let's move on finally to this part. It's now finally cooled down. You can see I'm touching it with my hand. Let's grind away the weldings and see how it's looking. I hope it's a smooth and clean surface. But let's see. Crazy, just crazy. I can see the result is like pretty clean. Like when I'm touching over it, There are just some little bends, but it's like nothing. So now the last part will be to reassemble the entire bike. I can see I already made the holes for the footboard, but now the last step will be to install all the screws. So let's do this. I didn't show it, but I struggled a lot with the screws. Because yeah, you might guess it, they didn't align at the first try. So I had some adjustments to do. So, that was everything about the bodywork from the scooter. In the next episode, we will do the body kit. So subscribe and like and see you in the next episode.